set? We're gonna put this meeting started, we'll stand and pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So did everybody park down here, out back, wherever? Any idea when they're going to have that done out there?
I haven't heard anything yet, not sure.
Okay, call to order. How about approval of the agenda?
No.
Second.
All in favor? Alrighty. And public forum. Any member of the public wishing to comment on a non-agenda item? Moving right on. Approval of the minutes, December 12th and December 27th.
I make a motion, we approve the December 12th meeting minutes.
And a second on that?
I'll second.
And seconded by Phil. All in favor? All right, and the December 27th meeting. Looks like that's gonna be up to Tom and Phil.
You want to take it? You want?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Move to approve as prepared.
Second.
All in favor? That was a short meeting.
I showed up before everybody.
Yes.
So I can sign it on morning.
Okay, how about committee and board reports, planning board meeting?
Yeah, I just give you a little bit, our first initial meeting with the planning board was on the budget board was on the floor. We had representatives, two representatives from the selectmen there, as well as 4 of the budget board members. Not sure if you saw, but Rick Pomeroy has resigned from the budget board as well, citing that he's just got too much work and too much traveling and can't be there. What we did at the meeting was just generally go over the budget, just highlight some of the areas that there were proposed changes in. And then after that, we discussed the process of meeting every other third Wednesday. So we're going to be meeting on the 18th. It's the 18th. And that evening we'll be taking up the fire department's 3 budgets, and we'll be taking up the planning boards, the board of selectmens, and the board of appeals budgets. Those are very easy budgets to submit through. And then we'll begin looking at what other department heads we wish to have coming in at certain times in order to go through those budget presentations.
So these are joint meetings with the selectmen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that the one on the 4th would start with the joint meeting.
Right, that's fine. I think it was more of like an overall, but now we're gonna get down to the nuts and bolts and the nitty-gritty of it. And I think when I sent out an email to you, I highlighted the areas that there were proposals that were slightly more than what had been proposed initially, so you had a flavor of that. We determined that was about $124, or $164,000 worth of extra spending, so something that we'll have to work our way through, as we are at this point.
Okay, how about the planning board? Anything on the planning board?
So attached to the meeting very soon.
They met last Thursday because the historical society met in the office.
Saw some stuff today from Ted, but I don't know where to get.
rumble strip.
Yes, I received a letter from the MDOT on January 3rd indicating that they are in the process of installing a centerline rumble strip installation at the 50-mile-an-hour sign on the South Old Post Road to the 40-mile-an-hour sign north of Fritz's Lane. And the rumble strip will be installed in areas that speeds are 45 miles an hour or over. And then where shoulder widths that meet or exceed the full foot width in shoulder width. They sent the letter. They also wish to really come down and give a public presentation to you all, as well as perhaps making it as part of your meeting schedule, so they can come in public and ask some questions. So if I don't hear any strong objections, I will try to coordinate a meeting with the MPOT to come down and look at that whole rumble strip process.
Should we have a public hearing for that, or? I mean, they're gonna do it no matter what.
They're gonna do it no matter what. And it's more of a presentation. I think they wanna go over it.
I know sometimes people complain about those rumble strips.
Yes, this department also realized there are potential noise issue with centerline rubber strips. They would like to come in and meet with you. They said that the department representative would be contacting me in January, ready to set up a time. So I would anticipate maybe February, sometime in February. We'll have it.
I think we should get notice out to the folks who will be affected on either side of the businesses that are there. I think we ought to send some notices about folks who might experience
Oh,
some
absolutely.
noise.
Yeah.
From those rumble strips.
Yeah.
They should be here.
And let them know that they're looking at 45 mile an hour and up. From the campground road to Fritz's, it's 40. Well, actually, from the campground road, I think, up to cottages, it's 40. But that hill just before Fritz's is a blind hill. So they really should bring it down to the bottom of that hill. If you're going towards Biddeford and you're just starting up that hill, you cannot see traffic coming. If you're coming from Biddeford, you think you can see everything until you realize this car right there, that is a blind hill. It really does need to have a rumble strip on it.
Bring that up at that meeting.
Yeah. I was past there one day, some idiot passed me going towards Biddeford.
Sorry, I'm going too slow.
Yeah.
Are we experiencing a lot of
No.
No, there was one years ago there that somebody got killed, but that was a long, long time ago. That was when they realized that it's a blind hill, but if they are gonna put in one of those strips, at least bring it back.
I was just curious about what caused them to all of a sudden.
It
I
says
think
that,
they're doing it statewide.
Oh, is
yeah,
that-
it says the Maine DOT takes safety very seriously. Rumble strips are a proven method to minimize and eliminate head and fatal.
You do get your attention.
Yeah, they do. They touch them and
Yeah.
A comment, if I may. I was wondering if people really object to the noise of the center rumble strip as compared with the noise of the head on the ground.
Yeah.
People, they'll complain. They complain about the rumble strips down on the turnpike all the time by the York booth.
Really?
Yeah.
They had to repair those a number of years ago because they were too loud.
Yeah.
I mean, because you hear them constant, obviously, around the toll booth. There's people who live around there.
The next information I have is about the duct roof culvert replacement program. Evidently, the Maine DEP received some sort of complaint in reference to the project, and in doing so, they held up our $95,000 worth of grant money until we can resolve the issue. From what I understand, they were concerned that the riprap that was placed in the brook bed in front of the culvert was of a quality that would hinder fish migration. And as a result of that, we could have an issue there. So I reached out to our engineer, Steve Blake, who designed the project, and the project was approved by the MDOT and Land Fisheries and Wildlife. I think the DEP had a chance to look at it, and we reached out to the lady, Audie Arbo, who will be down on Thursday this coming week. We'll be meeting there at 10 o'clock to take a look at the site and see what we can see in terms of the riprap in the riverbed.
That looks like it would only be in very low water situations, right?
That would be my opinion.
This is gonna have real trouble. There's no water.
Right. I think those photographs were probably taken right after the project was completed sometime in August. And as you all know, when August gets here, there's nobody.
Yeah, whether it's here or whether it's somewhere, I mean, is she the complaint? Is she the one?
No, she is the enforcement authority for the DEP. And evidently these photographs were sitting on the desk for a while, because you can tell they were done in the summertime. So we'll have the meeting, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get a positive result and release that funding to us. The next thing is that I went to a York County Sheriff's recognition appreciation function this past Friday at the York County Sheriff's Office. One of the things that were recognized was the fact that Firehouse Subs, which is a national chain and has a branch in Biddeford, have taken it upon themselves to do a mass donation of automatic defibrillators for different groups and services, different public safety groups. In this case, they provided one to the York County Sheriff's Office, which in turn have decided to place that AED in the Arundel deputy, contract deputy's car. So I was there as part of the recognition and appreciation of getting the AED. I spoke to the deputy, chief deputy, after the ceremony, indicated that presently our deputy is fully trained to use the AED. I'm not quite sure when they'll have it online, but they will have to do, because it's an AED, it's a new piece of equipment, any one of their sheriff's deputies may respond to emergency here for assistance with our contract deputy, and in doing so, they have to be trained also in this AED. So they'll be doing a mass training of all their sheriff deputies in the event that they hear it.
I think that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, it was a really nice thing. I'm really appreciative. I talked to the owner of the Firehouse Subs after. I was very appreciative of that company's donation, our ability to use it.
What do we have on the ambulance?
We have two, we have one on the engine and one on the ambulance. Actually, we have three, because our monitor is also an
They're very small units. I was surprised how really small they are. There was a meeting on the 18th in regard to the York County creating a detox and drug treatment center up near using an existing building they have there. The reason why I'm motivated in attending is the fact that if this gets approved and it gets through the budget process, there'll be a financial obligation to the town of Arundel for its operation. Right now, they anticipate the overall operation to be around $1.6 million. They do anticipate funding coming from other areas within government. I'm not quite sure if it's federal or state or donations or what have you, but the number that I'm hearing thrown around for contributions from the York County municipalities is around $500K. So we'll find out a little bit more detail when I get there. For us, the contribution on the last information I got is based on our on the York County municipalities' values. And when you combine that all together, our contribution would be 1.47%, whatever they do. So if you look at 2% as being our contribution, you're pretty safe to know what our contribution would be to this detox. So as I get more information, I do have a large handout that was provided. If any of you want to see it, it's in my office. I can make it available to you. I do have a copy with me tonight. If somebody wants to take it with them.
That would be the 2% of the estimated 500K.
Right, 2% of the 500K. So, in looking at that, we talked about that with the budget committee as well. We're looking at that. This is the last year of the shift that the 5-year shift plan that the town of Arundel took upon itself when they went from a calendar year to a fiscal year at the county government. You folks decided to pay for it over a 5-year plan. Our 5th year is this year. So after this year, our contribution is going to be about $14,000. Last year it was $15,000. Last year it was about $21,000. So it started ratcheting down. So there may not be much of an impact, as we discussed at the budget board meeting. There may not be much of an impact, even if we do have to assume this at some time in the future. And that's all I have right now, Don.
Okay, old business, draft policy, enforcement measures related
Yeah, I provided a draft number 3 for you to look at. I can see that Tom is taking some due diligence and started to rip it apart for me, which I appreciate. But
Yeah. And it may make more sense, I wanted to put this together in written form so everybody can see it, but I can get back to the office.
I can certainly do that.
Well, I can get it to you if that's okay, and I'll, just have my suggestions, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
That's right, rather than, somebody else has got suggestions here, but changes it. But I thought, my perspective on this was that we wanted to have a policy in place, not only to be sure that our code enforcement officer is well aware of the variety of conditions that may be attached to either subdivision approvals or conditional use permits. And when our CEO issues a building permit or whatever he might issue, how that information gets disseminated or shared among the folks out in the planning and building office, and thereafter, what happens if we are notified or become aware of somebody's in violation or mission of compliance, what happens then? And I thought it was a good idea to put that in place so that Jim knows what we kind of expect as a policy if it comes to his attention that we've got non-compliance. And the underlying basis has been first work with people, and then before we do anything drastic, give them time to resolve whatever the issue is. There are steps in place, there are time periods within which all that ought to happen.
So you'll get that done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, I really haven't had the opportunity to dive through this, but I'll kind of do the same thing.
I certainly expected it to take us 4 or 5 drafts before we get someplace where we all feel comfortable with it. So I appreciate Tom's insight on it, that's for sure.
Okay. New business, town webpage on Facebook.
Yes, as I explained to you, Linda Zook had stepped forward and made this proposal. Late today, she contacted me. I think I sent out a quick email to you all indicating that she was ill and would like us to postpone this until such time that she could be here to discuss it with you. I said I would extend that, obviously, what I'll try to do is schedule her for your next business meeting on the 23rd. See if we can get in here and try to tackle this issue. I did share with her the memo that I provided to you. my thoughts upon this whole process. Linda and I haven't had an opportunity to speak yet. I'm sure that we will prior to her coming the 23rd. But my only concern with this is to, obviously we're going to have, if you decide to do that, Facebook is a situation where folks are able to comment, and then people will comment upon comments. I just don't want it to get really out of hand and unfactual, non-factual to us in terms of it. So that's a concern of mine. But I think as an administrator, there would only be an administrator that would be able to put information onto the site. And then people can comment on the information that's there. So we're not going to have the ability of people just to get onto the Facebook site and write their comments on whatever they want to write about. It has to be something that we've placed there. So that was my first concern about it. But I'm sure that Linda may have a little bit more insight as to how she feels it should be administered in Waukesha. So
I'll have to look at Lyman's again, because I know they have one. I don't know how it's administered or.
Bunch of towns and cities have them now.
Yeah.
yeah, my only concern is if we have put out some factual information and we know it to be factual, somebody responds to that and says something that isn't factual.
Yeah.
I want to be able to take that information on.
You don't want the banter going back and forth that happened
Correct.
with the school thing, and, that's not.
Right, that's not what we're trying to do here. I think we're trying to use it as another place where a lot of people, including myself, look at those things on the, particularly through my family and whatnot. So it is a tool that a lot of people use, so I think it's something that we should.
Yeah, it certainly can be locked down. There are plenty of Facebook pages out there where you can't put anything on it, so. Yeah, good.
Okay, works. All right, special town meeting warrant.
Yes, I provided to you tonight, a copy of a special town meeting warrant that we would now proposing for action on Monday, January 30th, which would then require us to have a public hearing at your business meeting on the 23rd. Right now, we have 3 warrant articles that would be on the special town meeting warrant. For us, the one that we're looking to establish would be a moratorium ordinance regarding recreational marijuana retail establishment and social clubs. This would give the selectmen the authority for establishing a moratorium for 180 days, at which time we'd be able to instruct the planning board to try to have some ordinances in place, not to prohibit these things from occurring unless that's what the town wants to do, but to be able to provide an area where these types of things can occur. So I think that's a goal. That would be my goal at this point. I'm not quite sure how you respond, but when I look at the voting on the marijuana issue in the state of Maine, it narrowly passed. In the town of Arundel, it narrowly passed. So I think we have a duty to try to come up with a plan that provides a mechanism if somebody wants to do this, that they have the ability to do it when we have it in the right place. The next thing is that the planning board is going to be bringing back in front of the town the reformatting of the land use ordinance. I didn't print it yet. We'll have it printed. It's 208 pages. But it was what was tried several months ago. And we had a special town meeting, and unfortunately it went down to defeat by a very narrow margin at that special town meeting. So the planning board has decided to bring it back and see if we can get it forward.
The same thing?
No, they made some changes.
We're making some changes to it.
They made some changes.
I've asked Tad to be at the public hearing as well as at the special town meeting to answer any questions that may come up in reference to the content of that, as well as any questions that may come up on Article 4. And it's really a status report on the Arundel Cedars cottages that is required, from what I understand, as a condition of the approval that was given for the TIF. So something that wasn't done, so we have to do it.
The planning board gonna have a public forum on this?
We already did.
They did? Oh, that's right, you guys were there, yes, yep. Was there any opposition there, Tom, on that, or?
No, not, people were, anybody with their comments, seemed to be just wanted to make sure there were any substantive changes to the ordinance. And we were sure that there wasn't, it's simply a reformatting. That's all that's gonna happen, you know.
Now, did Leah, is this the wording right from Leah?
Leah and I spoke about it. She's looked at the language on Article 2, and she was fine with it. Again, there'll be Appendix A that will be attached to that, which will be the moratorium ordinance itself. And all I did there was just, you had the opportunity to look at the language as she proposed. All I did was massage some of the dates to make sure they coincided with your annual town meeting, your special town meeting vote.
Unless I have the fiscal report available, or the stats report available anytime before the meeting?
I think we'll have it for the public hearing,
Yeah, okay.
as well as I'll have copies at the annual town meeting for people to have, if they want to look at it. It's important. Unless I hear strong objections, I'd like to have a motion, a second, to sign the special town meeting warrant, and I'll pass it around.
So what's the point of Article 4?
It is required by the,
The language in the TIFs?
yeah, the TIF language that we agreed to is that for the first 3 years, we have to report back to the state the status of the captured values from the program. And so after that, after the 3-year period, we don't have to do that anymore.
Why does it have to be a town article?
It's the way it was written. I can provide a copy of the TIF agreement that we had, but it was written like that in the language.
That's common talk? The tip? Yeah.
I really can't comment, I don't know that much about tips, and I can't remember what our agreement said.
So the public has to approve us sending the state status of the tip?
I believe it's more of a presentation to the public as to what's happened, what's gone on. I don't believe it's a straight up and down vote, yes or no.
It's really odd, it says to receive official status report.
Right. Means you
We
gotta.
vote to accept the report, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, how do you
There you
vote?
go.
Yeah, it's kind of comical. I asked the same thing to Tad as we were developing it, so.
All right, well, I make a motion that, we have a special town meeting on Monday, January 30th to do these 4 articles as presented to us tonight.
Second.
Any more discussion?
We're gonna move to sign the warrant, right, part of that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All in favor? Do you have an original?
I do.
Agreement for construction over limit permit.
Yes, as the construction season will begin here in the spring, the Maine DOT is trying to get their ducks in a row in terms of their Bartlett Bridge replacement project. And as a result of that, they are seeking a permit in the event that they have to, an over-limit permit in the event that their contractor has to go over town roads, and that a bond may not have to be submitted or presented as a result of their activity. We don't anticipate that they're gonna be using town roads in any way to do this project, but from what I understand, It's just formality for them to get the municipality to agree to the over limit on municipal ways. And then they provided, I mean, I believe I provided in your packet, the special provisions related to the construction area and the general guidance for construction over limit permits. From what I understand, what will occur will be, once the contract is awarded, there's another state form that will have to be filled out by the contractor in the town, and then whatever bond amount would have to be approved, and then all parties will sign the release. So right now, they're asking that we're okay with the over limit. In fact, we have to enter into it. And I've provided, I think, a copy of it for you to look at, so desired.
When are they going to start this construction?
They're gonna be starting early spring.
I hope they wait till after the landing bridge and then go.
I'm not quite sure if they're going to or not. I'm not sure what they're gonna do, because the Lanigan Bridge will really have no effect on us. There'll be another bridge, there'll be a temporary bridge put in prior to that. And that may be what they're going to be doing in the early spring or late winter, will be putting in the temporary bridge location before they really get started on the bridge construction.
Does that go through Roger, do you know, as far as like Walker's Lane? He inspect Walker's Lane prior to construction and then after construction? And he feels as if something was done during construction,
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it because this section of, and that's a good point, I'll follow up with Roger on that. Because there could be some activity on Walker's Lane with heavy equipment, in and out of that location, so.
Are they saying that they're just gonna use, because they listed, Rollins Lane, Walker's Lane, and are those the only roads that they're gonna use, or, so if they decide to go down the Limerick Road, or do they have to get back to us and say, hey, we're gonna go down the Limerick Road, or they, because
Well,
we signed this agreement, they just use whatever roads they
No,
want?
no, what will happen, this is the first step of a two-step process. Once you've agreed that you will enter into an over-limit agreement with the contractor through this document, then when the contractor is accepted, then there'll be a meeting to find out what roads he's going to use. And if he's gonna be using town roads, then there'll be an agreement made and a bond will be placed in the event there's some destruction to town roads. That's how the process will work. So, really, yeah, that's when Roger would certainly get involved, but this one is just to sort of say to them, yes, we're okay with doing it in the future. And if you know the state, we like that.
But this would allow them to use any town road.
Yeah.
That's what this would allow them to do.
That's what I thought I was
Yeah,
reading.
you're right.
If they can ride all over town with weight loads on our roads that won't take it. In the summertime, in a frozen winter, it might not be as bad. But in the spring of the year, some of our roads will not sustain with the weight loads.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I think the intent here is to get the first initial approval, and then when they go ahead and award it, then we're gonna narrowly define what roads they may or may not be using.
Okay.
At that point, we can have further discussion on those roads in the event that they would use it for their work. So without any objection, I would like to have a motion and second to sign this agreement with the state.
I'm still reading. I just wanna make sure that they come back to us.
Could make a motion to sign it as a first step agreement. With possible provisions to follow.
This is a copy of their overlimit permit that will be issued to the contractor with the town in order for them to work on it. So there's a, like I said, a two-step process to this.
So then they'll come back on what roads that they want to.
Correct.
Bill's made the motion. Motion's made and seconded. Still reading. Still reading.
It's the state, what the hell are you gonna do?
Tell them no, they can't fix the bridge.
Okay, all in favor? You have an original down there?
I do.
And the lien maturity list.
Yeah, I believe that I provided a copy of the packet. Simone wanted to make sure that you had an idea of what they were. I think I crossed out one that came in late and was off it.
And these mature January 26th.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody's received their 40 notices.
Unless you see something there, when talking to Simone, it seems like a lot of these folks continue to be right on the edge, every year, year in and year out. And getting their information done prior to foreclosure, so, contributions prior to foreclosure, so. I don't see, my initial review, I did not see anything here that we would not take or it's foreclosure, unless I see something that you felt that was going to be a hazardous site, or something that was going to be financially detrimental to the town. Like it was full of junkyard or anything like that.
There's gotta be mobile homes in there, just to.
I believe so.
Those are always problematic for us.
They certainly are. The last one, we were able to work out an agreement with the owner of the park, which I think is the best solution that we can have in these circumstances, because oftentimes if you take one that's in a park, and we're gonna be held to whatever rental fee and or insurance that we may have to put on a piece of property until we are able to sell it. Like you said, very problematic. So we'll continue to try to work with the owners.
Usually by the end of January, this list is down to just a few.
The foreclosure date's not until May 26th.
Yes.
And the payables warrant.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor? And we are going to be going into executive session to discuss property. Jack, you have something before we do?
I do have one item that I can add that in at this point. Some good news. The school district received a grant award for $160,000 for 8 buses to be applied to 8 new buses. And the district, I believe, plans to buy 5 new buses. So that will help the reduce school budget a little bit. But I was thinking too that if you folks, recreation department, are looking for a new bus in the next year or two. There may be 8 old buses that will be replaced. Have, you know, we're going to buy them, have requirements, but there may be some in one that's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, we just bought one.
Yeah, but I realize that, but looking a year or two ahead here.
I heard the grant company, Jack, that we can apply for some, get a new one.
Well, somehow our federal government must have a lot of money.
I understand that.
They borrowed from somewhere. No. Sorry about that.
Well, if the RSU this year, if they're buying 5 buses, I think that they're talking about the fact that in order to keep the fleet up to date, there's 5 buses to put the fleet in fairly good shape. And from then on, they have, I don't know how many buses they have, they plan on going on a rotation every year, replacing 3 buses. So that would be a case of, if they stick to that, then our rec department might, when we need another bus, might be a good source of another bus.
Jack, what was the grant amount again?
160,000.
So that's really a couple buses then, right?
It's $20,000 for 8 buses.
Okay, that's how it broke out?
I don't know how that gets applied officially. So it's a big grant. $5 billion, I think, applied across the nation. 20 or 30 states got buses, and this was one of the larger school districts in the nation in terms of getting money. I think what it means is to have a good grant writers.
So they probably have to go out, purchase a bus, and then we get reimbursed $20,000 per bus.
Per bus? And if that's the case, then they'd only get 100,000 for 5 buses each.
They'll spend it all.
Yeah, well, I don't know whether it's a multi-year agreement or not, but my guess is that it is.
And next year when they do the other 3 buses.
Exactly.
You attending the next finance meeting? Yes, now, that would be able to fully explain that.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Because I think he was on there brought it up at the last hour.
Yeah, Jack will be there too.
I don't know if it was him or Kate that brought it up, I was like, I'm on the phone, so I can't remember.
Yeah. I think usually Jack is usually there too, so.
Can I ask a few questions on the executive session before we go?
Sure.
This is the second one that I know of that specifically references the Limerick Road property. Can I tell readers that something settled on that is their top choice, or are we still negotiating all of the options?
Still, things are still up in the air.
I think we're still negotiating all of our options.
Do you expect to make any decisions when you come out of executive session tonight, or is this just information?
Not quite sure if they'll make any decisions.
So that I don't have to hang around for however long it takes. Can we touch base in the morning? What time are you in?
Sure, I won't be in tomorrow, I have some things to do with the first thing in the morning, so I won't be in until late. But I can leave a message with somebody in the office.
Either that, or could you shoot me a quick email this evening if any decision is made,
Sure,
what the
I
decision
can.
was?
Yep,
Because as you probably know, the deadline to post is 8 AM Tuesday morning.
yep, I can send you something when I get back to the office tonight.
And before you go into executive session, or while you're in, can I shoot images of the documents from the Selectmens packet tonight? Well, I mean, the letters from the state on the bridge and the rumble strip, on Duck Brook, those letters. And then a special town meeting. I don't think I heard anybody say what the date is of that meeting, so that the documents are relevant to that.
June 30th.
It's June 3rd. Oh,
January
January
3rd.
January 3rd.
You really very.
I can't remind it, I wrote on it. I wrote it on the computer.
Yeah, when you change it. This letter is.
I think you are.
It's much stronger rather than this.
I got it now.
Call you, see what you got. I was gonna say, I called you before we had up here.
You don't want to get any of the pictures there. No, it's a shame it's going That is the special town meeting warrant.
Oh, it is for more.
And this is the, that's just the that's a sample of the, ordinance.
Are they gonna have to actually vote?
Get around by state with this.
I'm gonna review the should we vote on it?
No, they don't have to.
Voted to take a question
They take it to the town, and the town gives authority, they'll sign it, they'll
Throw it out there.
special town meeting.
When's the,
The format will develop itself.
yeah.
23rd. And this is the information on the, rating compensation.
I think we all gotta go and buy those shirts, you know?
Yeah. I'll go look online, it must be on sale, everybody's having a sale.
How it works.
That'd be a good picture, though.
All
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. So they may, or talk to Greg Zinser, he's the county manager, he'd be able to have something for you.
All right. We go into executive session 405-6C for discussion of purchase of property as directed.
At
7:48 PM.
7:48.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded, 7:48, executive session, all in favor? Okay.
I'll see you then.